and I will re-upload the presentation. No problem there.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Now you're the presenter. You just have to go
Slide arrow.
forward with your arrows or with your mouse. So you should see now the slides.
Okay, great.
Be able to manage the presentation.
Okay, thank you. Welcome. I can't believe we're already at the end of the Future of Education Conference for 2021. I can see many of you in my memory at the Hotel Mediterraneo, and I hope that we will all be there again next year. On behalf of the conference presenters and participants, I hope you will join me in thanking Pixel, especially Elisabetta and her incredible team, for learning with all of us how to pivot, right, the key word this year and last year, and for making this conference happen twice during these most difficult times of the pandemic. So thank you for not giving up these opportunities for us to still come together. So thank you. I'm going to touch on some of the stories and the topics that we've shared over these past 2 days, and then I will pose some thoughts for us to continue to think about for the future of education. But first, a story. When I was 16, I visited Italy for the first time. I will not tell you what year that was. However, as we were strolling through the Piazza della Signoria, I looked down and saw an antique key lying on the antique cobblestones. No one was nearby who could have dropped it, so I picked it up. Metaphorically, I believe that key was the beginning of opening many doors and opportunities for me in Florence, in Italy, in other places. Little did I know. John Lennon sang, "Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans." This is one of my favorite musical lines, which reverberates throughout my life. I'm quite sure that many of you feel the same way. We as educators make so many plans, but things happen. Our students, life, weather, viruses, and we are resilient and deal with what we need to do next. The pandemic was the life that happened to all of us during the past almost 2 years, turning us all upside down. But as I said, we are educators and we made new plans. Participating in this conference was one of those new plans. Many of us have discussed that topic in this conference over the past 2 days. We have taken those pieces. I'm going to go smaller here. Oops. We have taken those pieces and puzzled out how they fit into the bigger scheme of the future of education. Please take a moment to identify 2 or 3 of the puzzle pieces that life handed you during this pandemic. Think about how they changed your plans, your life, your learning, and subsequently your teaching. How did you solve your problem and your puzzle? With family, with colleagues, certainly not alone. We educators are an incredibly unique learning community. We have seen what works and what could change. We have all been talking about such possibilities throughout the whole conference. During the past 2 days, we learned about, examined, and reflected on the puzzle pieces that we have brought together. More than 250 themes, ideas, theories, and experiences that we've shared and expanded. How brilliant we are. Give yourselves a hand. Each topic is a piece of our life's puzzle, and we have talked with one another to discover how these pieces fit together in ways that make sense. Sometimes combinations seem obvious. Others, that deconstructed the past 2 years of the pandemic, require us to think differently about different perspectives in our lives, in our learning, in our teaching, and especially we've discovered possibilities for change. We have learned with and from one another, and we have done it here as well, thanks to Pixel and the wonderful opportunity for us to come together. We talked about our various audiences, about the characteristics that we hope to develop in our students. And we offered many, many ideas on how we might help our students and school districts and colleges and universities achieve those goals. And we set some goals for ourselves as well. Things seem to be settling down now, at least we hope so. We seem to be overcoming the virus, but we keep hearing the term new normal. And truthfully, that makes me shudder, because it sounds to me like some predetermined formula that someone else has worked out for us to accept and follow. And it sounds really defeating to me. New normal is not what I saw and heard in these conference sessions and the papers that you wrote and the virtual presentations and poster sessions. I heard concepts like different, innovative, empowering, experiential learning, collaboration, opportunities, challenges and solutions, personalizing, and transformation. We know that varying perspectives matter. It's very different from the top of Brunelleschi's brilliant dome here in Florence than it is from the piazza below. Both perspectives are valid, useful, and necessary. They are amazing, beautiful, and transformational. I know I've climbed the cupola, and I'm in that photo. And of course, I've been at the bottom. I wear this necklace with the charm of the cupola to remind me that I can do anything, even those tiny stairs in those tiny spaces and hallways, because every step is a step closer to a new goal. My presentation yesterday was about circumstantial creativity of the pandemic. Think of the hundreds of new forms of creative expression, products, solutions, and just plain fun things that people have done in their unexpected time at home. Some from necessity, some to keep their sanity, and they're both valid. How creative we've been. Every step towards curing this virus, preventing people from getting it, was a creative step forward. I talked about a paradigm shift. Webster defines this as an important change that happens when the usual way of thinking or doing something is replaced by a new, indifferent way. That is what I have heard and seen during these enlightening presentations at the Future of Education conference. I think that we have an incredible once-in-a-lifetime opportunity in front of us. We must make positive changes from the way things have always been and avoid that new normal, using all our puzzle pieces in order to truly impact and reshape the future of education. We have an awesome responsibility as educators to do just that. Imagine what we can do if we work together. What role will you play in this paradigm shift? How will your teaching, your thinking, and the learning that you've done during this pandemic and this conference change your learning as we puzzle out our lives in a post-pandemic world? How will you assemble and reassemble your puzzle pieces to explore divergent, open-ended solutions? What will your puzzle pieces be in this necessary paradigm shift? This conference has brought together incredible colleagues with differing perspectives from around the globe. We must tap into that incredible resource, us, to help advance and refine our own ideas, to collaborate, and to make a positive difference moving forward. Please don't let our conversations end today, but rather let us continue to reflect and revisit and ponder the valuable information presented here by our peers. Please network with our colleagues to continue to share and think and plan, to contribute and to take action. Be part of this paradigm shift to shape the future of education. Take this opportunity to dismantle the way things have always been and present what could be. I was in Florence again with a friend several years later, and as we walked in front of Palazzo Vecchio, I recounted my story to her about the key. In almost the same exact spot, I looked down and there was another antique key. I still have them both. And now I think I understand that they may have been the keys that would open Pixel to me, to share and learn and grow with all of you. We cannot take this education journey alone. Former First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." I don't have it all figured out, but I know that we need others to help. My puzzle here isn't completed. And don't let the edges fool you. The puzzle is larger, and there may not be edges to it. I invite you to dream of the beauty in redefining learning and education. If we flip over the puzzle, the pieces of a jigsaw puzzle, we have a blank canvas. That makes assembling it a little harder, but not impossible. Keep looking for the new arrangements of this puzzle. We can and we will create a new picture of the future of education. Be part of the paradigm shift for the future of education. The time is now. I so hope that I can see you in Florence, June 30th and July 1st next year, bring your puzzle pieces and hold on to your keys. My email is here. I would love to hear from you. Thank you. Grazia. Stay safe and well. And please do keep in touch with us. This is a fabulous organization. We are puzzling out the future of education. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Deb.
You're welcome.
Your
Invitation.
lovely words. I think there weren't better words to wrap up our conference. Some of the information you were sharing, I didn't realize. 250 themes that were addressed, I didn't realize. So, right, yeah. So thank you. It was excellent, and you could. I can clearly see your love for Italy and for education, of course. So thank you very much. I also hope I will be able to see you all next year here in Florence, because what I personally missed most was the informal meetings, when we were chatting while having coffees or at the restaurant or while walking around the city. And I really do hope we will be able to do that again next year during the 12th edition of the conference. Thank you very much, Debbie. It was a great pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you for a wonderful conference. I know how much work this was to put together. And I also miss the informal chats that we have and the friendships that we've made over the years and the conversations that continue. So I think we need to do that even more so this year, and I hope to hear from people. And thank you again.
Thank you. And the story of the keys, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
That was the same spot.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody, for being here until the end, in spite of the time difference and of distance. Thank you for sharing. I think some of the speeches really managed to overcome the distance, and the energy was there. I do look forward to seeing you in Florence next year. If you can maybe switch on your camera so that we can say goodbye while meeting and watching each other for one last time this year. If you can. Okay, nice. Thank you.
Ciao, ciao. Thank you. Stay well. Great.
We are all here.
We're supposed to go to dinner now.
Right. Yeah. We actually had first the aperitivo and then dinner all together.
I really missed that last night.
Yeah, me too.
So stay strong and see you off Firenze.
Yes, yes.
Ciao, ciao a tutti.
Ciao, ciao. See ya. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, thank you everybody. See you next year. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Forza Azzurri.
Forza Azzurri for tonight. Okay, thank you. Ciao, grazie.
Ciao, ciao.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank